Here we go.
It's the Benjamin Dixon Show.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is
not merely peace in our time, but peace in all time.
I have no fear whatsoever of anybody or anything.
Did you think no one was watching?
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Your mission.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
To reclaim the American dream.
To be given the rights of a human being. To be afforded equal rights and equal opportunities. By any means necessary.
It's the Benjamin Dixon Show. If you're hearing his voice, you're hearing the voice of reason.
You've certainly come to the right place.
Yes, you have. You've certainly come to the right place. Welcome to the Benjamin Dixon Show. I am your host, Benjamin Dixon. It's Friday in the beautiful city of Boston. Well, I guess it's Friday wherever you are. But wherever you are, I want to thank you. Thank you for tuning in and spending this hour with me, or however much time you can spend with me. But I appreciate you being here and giving me your time and, thinking I have something worthwhile enough to listen to. So I'm looking out my window at snow everywhere. We're still stuck in snow. And today is the first legitimately cold day. It's been kind of cold before, but today is legitimately cold. Today it's like 0 degrees with the wind blowing. And it's not too bad when the wind's not blowing, but when that wind starts cutting through, I don't care how many layers of clothes you have on, it gets down to your bones. But that's not the worst part about living in Massachusetts. The worst part about living up north in the winter is having to deal with gas, a natural gas or whatever type of gas. I don't know. I just get a gas bill and I pay it. So I'm assuming it's natural gas. But dealing with that when it leaks, I mean, we are constantly having gas leaks. And for that reason alone, I'm looking back down to South Florida. I'm tired of evacuating the home because somebody in the neighborhood has a gas leak. That gets old. But anyway, it's Friday. You're here with me. A lot of stuff going on in the news, but today I'm not really going to do a news day, with the exception of one topic, Rudy Giuliani, who's always finding a way to get in the news. The former mayor of New York, mayor during the time of the 9/11 crisis, was a decent leader during the time. And when he left the mayor's office, he lost his mind. And so we'll deal with him a little bit. But today, it's actually a huge segue from the Rudy Giuliani case, not case, but the thing going on with him, whatever's going on with him. But I have got to deal with this, what I consider personally, and I have a lot of experience in religion and church. Those of you who know me know my background. Those of you who follow me probably can get an idea of my background. Years and years and years, most of my entire life spent in ministry work. So, some people could legitimately call me a reverend, but, call me Ben. That's what I want to be called. So I have a vast body of experience in religion, Christianity, Baptists, Southern Baptists. And, it just blows me away to see the way religion is manipulated today for political purposes. Now, it bothered me so much, I wrote a book about it. So I have to be, 100% transparent. I have a book about it. So, when people talk about religion and politics, I have a little bit of an advantage over most people in that conversation because I didn't write the book, but I definitely wrote a book. And, you can go to the website, benjamindixonshow.com, to check it out. God is not a Republican, but it's not about the book so much as my experience with it. And so I'm qualified. If there's one thing I'm qualified to talk about, it's the intersection of religion and politics. And it just continuously blows me away to see this symbiotic relationship, this unnatural leeching of the Republican Party, leeching and latching on to Christianity and perpetrating itself to be this religious organization, when in fact a lot of their policies, if not most of their policies, are antithetical to Christianity. Completely just diametrically opposed to what Christ stood for. But somehow or another, they go under the guise of Christianity. And I want to deal with that a little bit today and just explain it in context of what, I mean, it just, one of those things that don't make me go, is one of those things that make me say, what the is going on? How can they even get away with this facade when nothing about them is remotely like Jesus? You know, when you say, what would Jesus do? He would probably do the opposite of what Republicans do. So we'll unpack that. I'm not just going to give you my opinion. it's going to be an overtly religious episode in the sense that I have to deal with religious topics. I'm going to give you scriptures. I'm going to give you all the things to make my case from the Christian perspective that Republicans and evangelical Christians don't have a monopoly. They are not the voice of Christ. Matter of fact, I think they're doing more damage than good to the religious, to the Christian faith. Yeah. I'll say it, they are doing more damage than good to the Christian faith. You know, it's hard to want to be around people who have a disposition of hate. And I even less so if you are doing that in the name of a God or your quote unquote God. Why would I ever want to be anything like your God? Why would I ever want to be a Christian if Westboro Baptist Church is a representation of Christianity? You know, the church out there who protest at military officers, soldiers' funerals with signs that say God hates fags. You know, that cult group, you know, and maybe you say, OK, well, they're the extremists. Yeah, they're the extremists. But then there's other shades of extremism. You have the John Hagees, who is just a bitter, hateful. I mean, he has morphed over the years. You know, John Hagee has morphed over the years from being a fire and brimstone end time prophecy preacher, you know, speaking about the revelations, the rapture and things like that. He has morphed from being a